Okay, greetings, friends. Welcome to the Monday Evolve Well Breathwork session. I'm your host, Alex King Harris, tuning in from Victoria, BC. Today we're going to do a practice that I wrote a little while back. It's called The Flow of Life. And it was inspired by, I have a long history of addiction. And those were some dark years, and I'm grateful to report that I don't spend much time in that deep, dark place anymore. And if I do, I have plenty of ways to get out before I get really down and in. And that journey of recovery has been quite beautiful. And one of the things that really, really worked for me was surprisingly 12-step, which I did not expect to find myself in. I had a lot of obstacles when I first showed up in those rooms. One was that they talk about God as a he, and that just rubbed me all up and down the wrong way. And I was like, what do I do about that? But I found my way, mostly through tolerance and patience and kindness and forgiveness. And there's a prayer that you say often in that path that I decided I wanted to rewrite. And some of you who come here often, you've heard this prayer before. The old prayer was, God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thou wilt. Relieve me of the bondage of self, which is perhaps the most potent part of it, that I may better do what thy will. Relieve me of the bondage of self. Take away my difficulties, that victory over them may bear witness to those, that I would help of thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. Now, there's something beautiful in that, but then also if you've been wounded by patriarchy or organized religion, that's a tough cookie to swallow. So I worked to rewrite the prayer. And so I'm going to speak it now so that you're familiar with it, and then I'm going to speak it when we're doing breath work. And this is much more along what gets me excited, which is evolutionary biology and non-dualism and Buddhism and some other things, that little spices and flavors. So to the universal consciousness that flows through all things, I open myself to the process of conscious evolution, aligning my actions with the greater flow of life. May I be a conduit for positive change, both within myself and in the world around me. Free me from the illusion of a separate self, so that I may act in harmony with the interconnected nature of all beings. Let me transcend my ego-driven desires and fears to better serve the highest good. Transform my challenges into opportunities for growth and understanding. May my journey through adversity inspire and empower others, demonstrating the resilience, compassion, and wisdom that arise from aligning with life's evolutionary current. In facing each moment with mindfulness and acceptance, may I contribute to the collective awakening of all beings. So I'm just going to pop that in chat for folks who want to grab onto that if it resonates with you. I do feel that one of the gifts of that program was the power of prayer. But the question is, how do you make prayer something that heals your relationship to prayer if prayer has been a damaging ingredient in your life of, again, organized spirituality. So with that, we're going to do some breathing and we're going to do some praying. And I genuinely hope that you get something beautiful today. So when we do breath work, there's a bunch of things going on that I'm just going to explain briefly, and then we'll go into it. So a lot of times when we breathe and we're not really aware of our breath, we're breathing quite shallow, upper chest, shoulder muscles. For most of us in this digital age, we're spending a lot of time tensing our neck muscles and our shoulder muscles. I heard a statistic yesterday that, at least in the United States, people spend 10 hours a day sitting. Our ancestors were moving constantly. And so our bodies are not designed to do this sort of static hold. And what that does is locks all these muscles in through the jaw, through the neck, through the shoulders, and reduces the freedom of the diaphragm. Okay. What that means is that our fight and flight system is almost always turned on, and our cortisol levels are increased so that we can focus. So cortisol being one of the main neurochemicals of stress, cortisol and adrenaline. When you start moving your diaphragm up and down, that triggers the vagus nerve that goes all the way up through the front of your body and taps into the brainstem and tells the fight and flight system to slow down, to like chill out. So that's why diaphragmatic breathing is one of the fastest ways to get off the ride, right? If you're done with the hamster wheel. So I just want you to put your hand on your belly and feel when you breathe in, you're pressing your diaphragm down towards your hips. And this should feel like work. This isn't like a soppy, relaxed breath. This is like push-ups. Using your belly muscles, breathing down into your low back, pressing your belly out and pressing it back in. Relaxing the muscles of the face. Relaxing the jaw. And take a breath in and hold it. And draw the muscles of your pelvic floor. So that's the muscles all around your anus. Draw those muscles up and press your lower belly towards your spine. Like you're squeezing a straw at the base of your spine. Relax the upper chest and face. And then exhale. And just soften. Soften down the back of the neck. Soften the back of the heart. Okay, the next breath is opening the chest and you're breathing out to the sides and then pressing your chest back in. If it's comfortable, if you can do this, you actually press your rib cage in on the exhale. Gives a nice massage to the heart. All the way in, all the way out. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, proud chest. Draw your energy up again from the base. What you're doing is you're squeezing your cerebrospinal fluid up through your chest, up into the mind where it touches the pineal gland and stimulates the pineal gland to relax but become awake. That's why you squeeze. And then exhale. Okay, now we're going to do some shoulder circles. Now, if at any time what I'm offering you is not what you need, if you're feeling dizzy or too uncomfortable or like you can't manage your nervous system the way I'm instructing you to do so, that's okay. You can just let go and relax and focus on your big muscle groups like your legs and your torso. Just feel the groundedness of your body, feel the weight on the earth. Right? Sometimes we get a little lightheaded when we're practicing breath work. So. And the other piece is if I'm instructing you to breathe too fast and you want to slow way down, you can do that too. Right? This is your own journey. So we're going to do some shoulder circles. Inhale. Let your shoulders drop. And soften your jaw on the exhale. One more time. Then inhale, proud chest up high. Raise it up. Side out. Okay, let's get in here with the jaw a little bit. So, fingers into the jaw. Feel how tight those muscles often are, right at the hinge. Mine are gnarly. I don't know about you, but phew. And then thumbs on the temples and just massage across the forehead while you rub the temples. There's nerve endings right across your brow here that are connected deep into the brain there, so it's nice to just relax those suckers. Okay, and then thumbs at the back of the occiput, right at the brainstem. Fingers on your head, and just give yourself some good rubs there. Okay, shake it out. Maybe some neck turns. And then we're just going to let the voice come out a little bit with some vocal sighs. So you want to ride your voice all the way. Let your voice relax, but be there. Not just breath, but voice like this. Soften your vocal cords, soften your jaw. Feel the instrument of your body from the tip of your spine all the way to the crown. And then we're just going to make some sounds, some old sounds. Go way back in our language. So just repeat after me. Yahweh. Yahweh. Nice and soft. Effortless. Yahweh. Yahweh. Randy, how does one soften the jaw? Yours is perpetually tight. Practice. Takes a while. You can imagine if you've been holding on for a really, really, really long time and you ask to let go, it's going to take a bit. So just keep relaxing, keep softening. If you want to keep massaging here, you can. If you want to, when you're doing the sigh or you're doing the sounding or the breath, really focus on letting your jaw drop and your tongue be soft. Soften here, soften all around here. Just stay in this mantra of softness and receptivity and listening. If you need to make some sound to soften it, you can. It'll get there. Just takes practice. Okay. Yahweh. 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 Heya. 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 Maye. 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 Aye. 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 Okay, nice deep inhale and hold it. Every time you do a breath hold, draw it all the way up. micro contractions of the muscles in the lower spine and pelvis, pressing in, drawing that fluid up through the throat into the mind, touching the pineal gland. That creates relaxation and awareness at the same time. When you're ready, exhale. Maybe just placing a hand on your heart and just feeling into what it is you need from this journey today. How do you want to pray? And what is it that you're praying for? Maybe it's forgiveness, maybe it's more softness. Maybe it's to spend more time remembering and less time forgetting who you really are, where you really come from. Maybe it's to meet the part of you that feels afraid and alone with compassion and care like you would a small child. So we're just listening and softening and breathing. And anytime you notice yourself becoming attached to your thoughts or attached to your emotional experience, just come back to listening and softening and breathing and just noticing, oh, how is it now being me? So we're going to start with some slow breaths, and then we're going to speed it up as we go. And again, you always have the choice to stay slow. Or if you need the fire, you can come with me. Nice deep breaths all the way in, all the way out. Focus on relaxing on the exhale. Now we're going to go a little faster. Here we go. In through the nose, out through the mouth. it up again. Keep it going. Belly, chest out. Here we go. Little voice on the exhale. Now we're gonna speed it up once again. Slow it back down. And we slow it down again. Relax the body, take a deep inhale, and sigh your voice all the way out. One more time, and just find a note that feels comfortable to settle down and into. Again, relax the body, take a breath all the way in, hold it, draw your energy up from your roots. When you're ready, exhale into emptiness and pause from inhaling. Just be with the emptiness. Notice what it's like to not breathe, to just be at the bottom of your breath. Relax your awareness open and feel the presence of infinite space, infinite time. The great nothing that connects you with everything. So again, if at any time it feels like too much discomfort, dizziness, too much overstimulation of the nervous system, just relax the breath and just be with your experience. Just soften and be still. Try to surrender. You don't have to do the guided breathing. You can just be in Shavasana and just notice your body, feel the groundedness of gravity. Trust your experience. Most importantly, be kind to yourself. Yeah, this is a loving practice. For those of you continuing the breath journey, take a nice deep breath all the way inside, all the way out. One more in and a short hold. And sing it out. Yeah. Here we go. You are your own deepest guide. Soften on the exhale. Breathe into the bones as we slow it back down. Press the belly towards the spine on the exhale. Keep the jaw nice and soft. Soft eyes. Slow it back down. Now you can stay with this nice and slow and soft breath, or you can come with me in a little bit to go to breath of fire. Love yourself. Again, you can stay here, or we're going to go breath of fire, which is quadruple time. breath of fire, but go out through the nose. Here we go. Keep going, almost there. Okay, let that go, and we're going to slow the breath down. Shake it out. Take one in and hold it. Sigh it out. Now we're going to use the voice to relax. Let your voice come out of you with just love and kindness. Yeah, let whatever comes out, comes out. Soft jaw, soft heart. Relax the back of the neck, relax the back of the heart. Feel your body as an instrument, a gift from life. Yeah, yeah. Okay, soft body, nice deep inhale, sigh it all the way out with your voice. Four cleansing breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then take it in and hold it. You know what to do. Raise it all the way up. Soften through the crown, and when you're ready, exhale. Relax the body and just stay at the bottom of your breath. If you need to take a few more breaths to recover, it's okay. But when you feel in touch with that softness and that emptiness, just stay there. Relax back into space. Sending love to every part of your being. to the universal consciousness that flows through all things. I open myself to the process of conscious evolution, aligning my actions with the greater flow of life. May I be a conduit for positive change, both within myself and the world around me. Free me from the illusion of a separate self, so that I may act in harmony with the interconnected nature of all beings. Let me transcend my ego-driven desires and fears to better serve the highest good. Transform my challenges into opportunities for growth and understanding. May my journey through adversity inspire and empower others, demonstrating the resilience, compassion, and wisdom that arise from aligning with life's evolutionary current. And in facing each moment with mindfulness and acceptance, may I contribute to the collective awakening of all beings. So this round we're breathing for life. We're breathing for life and the healing of all of the pain and the suffering in the world. And if that feels overwhelming, you're just breathing for your own healing. You return to yourself. You're breathing for your bones. And if it feels good, you're breathing for your ancestors' bones. Just opening up to what's possible in this vast and immense space where nothing and everything become one. We're just going to stay with a steady breath all the way through this round. Again, if at any time you need to slow down or let go of the breath, that's okay. But if you can push beyond your comfort zone into the unknown, go for that. deep breaths into the belly, into the chest. Breathe for love. Breathe for freedom. Okay, big inhale, sigh your voice out. My You can either sing with me or just be in softness. Please free me from the illusion of a separate self. As we approach the end of this journey, we get to be with our own ending. We get to look at the fact that all things end. And that there is so much grace and wisdom to be found in turning towards death with an open heart. And letting it break us open and stay open. And that acceptance and relief that comes from letting go of control. We cannot control death. We cannot control the end of things. Even when we try so hard to, there's beauty to be found in letting go of that impulse and just practicing surrender. Death happens so that new life can be born. Without endings, there are no beginnings. Perhaps death, more than all things, reminds us that we are connected to the flow of life. So in these moments, at the soft and still end of things, we get to practice how do we want to be in relation to this great ending. And then letting that go and just coming back to gratitude. Gratitude for the breath, gratitude for this incredible practice that's been handed down for many thousands of years of breathing and sounding and connecting. Giving thanks for all that happened and all that didn't happen so that you could be here. And then when you feel ready, just inviting a bit of breath and a bit of movement back into the body and just slowly reacquainting yourself with your space that you're in and just inviting as much of this practice as you can into your days, into your life. Blessings on your journey.